Hello, welcome to Vision Board webinar, December 2024. Today we're gonna go, oopsies. Okay, so today's agenda is what is a vision board, how do vision boards don't work, how do vision boards can work, the solutions, defining your goals, creating the vision board, and the action plan that will help you create your working vision board. So in um, so welcome. Thank you so much for taking the time to join my vision board webinar. This is really going to help you for your year 2025 to really reach your goals, to create those action items so you are having a working vision board. And I am a life coach. I work in confidence. I help people with overthinking and also finding clarity in their life to have direction and living a life that they fully love. So our first slide is, of course, we have to ask the question, what is a vision board? And a vision board is an images, words, symbols representing your goals and dreams. It helps clarify your vision and keeps you focused. So for me, when I create my vision board, I pick pictures that inspire me and make me feel good and helps me visualize who I want to become. And then I like also post it wherever I am. So like if I'm in my office mostly, I can put my vision board in front of me so I know what I'm working towards and I won't forget. And it just gives you a better visualization where you want to be. So how do vision boards don't work? People set these really big goals that should be more in a long-term goal vision board. So if you're making a 2025 one, we're focusing on the vision that we can achieve for this year. If you have like an overall life goal, like I want to be a multimillionaire, that should be more into a long-term vision board or like a home or like things like that. So that we can make sure we're accomplishing and celebrating those wins. So there's also not taking action every day. With vision boards, if you have big vision for your year, sometimes it requires you to have early planning, which we don't really learn this in school or anything. You gotta have a nice plan to be able to build up to it. It's kind of like if you're like losing weight, you're not gonna lose weight tomorrow. You have to plan on like how you're going to do it. So like I'm going to make meal preps for 5 days of the week and this will get me closer to my goals. So those are like the kind of actions we're going to have. So that's not planning. And then people also just create the vision boards, throw it on the side, forget about it. Or halfway through the year, they just give up when they're probably one day away from achieving that goal. And then also the most important one is not celebrating their milestones. And so if you're not celebrating your milestones, then you're not receiving any dopamine for the hard work that you're giving yourself. Do you have any questions?
No.
No? Okay, cool. And so the next one is how vision boards can work. So how vision boards can work is that we're going to do the planning so that you're taking action items towards those goals so you're able to achieve them on time for the year. It's also important to where you place your vision board. So if your vision board is just in a place you never walk into, then you don't feel inspired to work towards it every day. Your vision board is supposed to be releasing a dopamine that like makes you excited that you are concentrated on that place that you're going towards. If you don't have the vision board in a place that you see, you're just like walking in the dark, and we don't want that. So celebrating the wins, like I said, it like releases those dopamines. So we have to create these milestones um, to work towards it. So the solution to these from the problems of going from vision boards that don't work to vision boards to working. What we're going to do is we're going to write and we're defining our goals for 2025 by using the SMART method Then we're going to create the vision board with pictures, words, and symbols. We're going to create the action plans of how we're going to achieve them. So defining your goals, this is the fun part. So now we can actually start doing stuff. And for this, I want you guys to write down your likes and dislikes of what happened in 2024. Um, kind of what kind of goals did you have last year, and why didn't you complete them? What worked and what didn't. So I'm going to give you 2 minutes so you can write that down now. All right, so next we are going to do is we're going to set up these SMART goals. So SMART goals are identify the specifics, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bounding goals in areas like health, career, relationships, personal growth, and then write down your why for each. So let me give you an example. So identify the specific. This is the most easy thing to bring up. So if I'm talking about, okay, I want to lose weight. Well, if we don't make a measurable, achievable, relevant, or time-bounding goal, if we just lose 1 pound for the whole year of 2025, technically you met that goal. So what we want to do is we want to say, okay, I want to lose weight. I want to lose 10 pounds. And how we're going to make the achievable is okay, so this is what I need to do to lose weight. I need to meal prep for those 5 days and work out 5 days. And then as and that is relevant to what's happening in your life. And then time bounding is before the end of the year, I want to lose 10 pounds. And you can work on this for 5 minutes for each health, career, relationships, and personal growth, and also writing down your why. Great. So you were able to write down your whys as well? Okay, perfect. And so now the best part is you have this vision of who you want to be, what kind of person you want to be in your areas like health, career, relationships, and personal growth. And you can be that person. So you have to start living day to day of what your dream self would be doing. So if your dream self is this person is super fit, that person will be up and out thinking about their health every day and doing things that makes them feel good in their body, and also staying on track. All righty. So the fun part
Another
is
fun part.
another one. We're just full of fun activities around here in this webinar.
Yeah.
So the vision board is find visuals that inspire you. You will find things of symbols, words, pictures that just make you all warm and fuzzy in the inside. Um, and so, where do you create this, Caroline? Well, I'll tell you. You can create this online. You can use Canva, Photoshop, Word, or Google Docs, etc. Or if you want to be all arts and crafties by using your DIY, you can go to an arts and crafts store to get a board, and you can also collect some old pictures. So finding the pictures, you can go on Pinterest, which is personally my favorite place to go on when you're trying to visualize anything, even if the arts and crafts are a little impossible at times. But there are really good images on there. You can also use Google or Canva. And then also for your arts and craft board, if you want to, you can use old magazines, old books. You can find these at thrift stores if you really just want to have it physically pasted in front of you. It's a fun activity to do with your friends as well, if you want to do that. So I have some resources here for you that I can send in the chat of when these load. These are different kind of boards that show you what kind of styles that you can have. Okay, they're perfect. So I like the simple ones. If you're just starting off, maybe you want to start simple to not overwhelm yourself with the new idea of vision boards, because you can also do one for every year and you can get more in depth in it if you'd like. So I like the simple one where it says, summer, you can put like peace if that's something that you want, and you can just paste all these little pictures into the Canva. And then you also have this one. It has a little more pictures. You can edit those texts. Let me see if I can share this with you guys now. So yeah, you can click those and be inspired from that and like how you want to design it in your own time. Uh,
So, um,
yes.
the vision board, is it just one board with like uh one goal, or do you make multiple boards for different goals?
So it's your whole year. So if you want
Oh,
to do like health, so let's say if we analyze this one, um, she has a person reading. So maybe one of her goals is her reading a book, getting some books that year, like reading like 20 books that year. And so that picture image is the person that she wants to be. And then let's say she put this picture in because she wants to drink more water. And then she has a picture of jewelry. Maybe she wants to improve her jewelry this year into more of a simple way. Um, she has the picture of a beach. Maybe her idea is going to the beach this year. And then you can also see other things like maybe she's into self-care and she wants to make sure she's fully rested for her year. She has some pictures of traveling. Maybe she wants to travel.
mhm.
Does that make sense or?
Yeah, it
Okay,
does.
cool. Alrighty. And so moving on. After, um, so when you create your vision board, you also need to do, so sorry, this thing's in the way. Um, what steps you need to do when you, to reach your goals. So an example is I want to be a morning person. I need to wake up and I need to go to bed early to be that person. Then you develop what is your why of why you want to do that. So I need to be an early person because it makes me feel good. It forms my good habits that I want, and I need to feel good to feel good all around. So if you work out uh, and you feel good around your workouts, you notice mentally and stuff. That's something you need to do in your daily life because it's like helping you stay on track mentally. So I feel good, I feel mentally sharp. So that is my why because I want to stay healthy. And so when you start feeling this doubt where you're falling off track, that is when your why comes in and really helps you stay on track because you don't want to be in that. You don't want to be stuck off track. Do you
Hmm.
have any questions?
No.
No. For an example, too, in the book Atomic Habits, he goes into when you create a new habit, it is easiest to um, do a new habit right after like a habit that you already have formed. So let's say you want to start saying things to make yourself like grow your self-love towards yourself. So if you brush your teeth in the morning, um, you that's already a habit that you have established in the morning, hopefully. And then that is when you can start making your new habit. So after I brush my teeth, I'm going to say three things that make me feel good about myself. So yesterday I accomplished doing this. That makes me smart. And they all have to be true because there's like a bullshit meter in you that makes it cringe.
Yeah.
And if we're like, if you're not a millionaire and you're like, I am a millionaire, the money's coming to me, blah, 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 or like, bullshit stuff like that, your mind's gonna be like, bullshit, this is stupid, I don't want to do this. So
Hmm.
you really have to dig in to really start thinking about like, okay, um, like yesterday, I know that I've had a hard week, but this is the great things that I've done. Like I really appreciate that, I really stuck it out this week. I really studied for that exam. Like, I am capable of doing this. And that is like your own style of self-love, is like discovering your voice to how do you want to speak to yourself. Most of the time it feels uncomfortable, but the more you do it with your new habits and stuff, the more it starts to feel like second nature.
Hmm.
Um, and also, don't forget to celebrate your wins. When you create your action plans, you also want to create milestones for your action plans, because what we tend to do is, let's say I want to read 20 books in 1 year and I have only read five. I would make it that as my milestone. Like, oh, I have read 5 books so far. Like, I'm doing great. Celebrate it. Like you're working towards like who you want to be. And then also like I know that when we get on track to new things, we end up moving the target. So if you have 20 books and you're like, well, I want to reach 30 books this year, you're moving the target, and then it also like creates you to start getting off track because now you haven't been able to accomplish that first goal that you created to release that dopamine that you have. So it's important to just like once you have one goal to just stick with it, and if you have met it, celebrate it. It that is really important because um you don't want to like keep getting off track with those things. And um yeah, so
So the vision board, when I make my, oh, however many goals for the year,
mhm.
um, I attach milestones to them. Should I go into like my list and like, okay, I'll celebrate when I get to this milestone for each one of the goals?
I like how you asked that question. That's a really good one. So for vision board, I usually have my vision board and then I have my action plan in my like in a paper.
Hmm.
So I'll create like everything that I want to visualize. Like I am picturing the perfect year of my life. And
Okay.
then that is what motivates you to keep going, because you're just like, that is my heaven right now. And then my action plan is on a different paper. And so if I say that I want to work out, okay, so I'm going to work out at 9 in the morning, 3 days a week. Okay, so how am I going to do that? All right, well, I'm going to do it 9 a.m. I have to get ready at 8:50, so I'm on time and I'm there every day. And then when you are like, then it's like, what is your why? And then you create your why, and you're like, my why is so I can feel healthy all around. And then your backup plan, just in case you get off track, you're like, okay, if I get off track, this is how I'm going to get back on track. So if I miss my workouts because I went on vacation or something, I have to tell myself I have to get back on it um, the same day. Like, this is the day I get back on it, or
Mhm.
whatever motivates you then. Does that answer your question, or how do you feel?
So you have a separate sheet that has like your action plan written out in more
Mm-hmm.
specific detail,
Mm-hmm.
that you can refer to.
Yes.
Okay. For someone who like doesn't know how to make, or I'm like new to making goals,
Mm-hmm.
um, are there like tips for like you should make one goal themed around health or another goal themed around this? Because sometimes I struggle to make goals because like I just realized that I don't feel like I prioritize certain things. Like when you mentioned the bed, like I'm gonna get enough rest.
Okay, you know
Like stuff
what?
like that.
Yeah, yeah, no, that's great. I love these questions. Actually, we'll walk through it now. I'll just do an example. Um, all right, so let me go through this live action goal setting now. So for me, I like to look up uh, health and basically the seven dimensions. So that's fitness,
The seven
career.
dimensions.
Yes, so there's the seven dimensions of your well-being, which is your health, your career, if I know how to spell. Uh, yeah, it's something like that.
Work. Yeah, good.
We get it, we get it. Your education, um, environment is important.
Mm,
Health, social. I don't remember this. There
it's
we
a
go.
relationships one. Or is that just social?
There we go. It's
Oh,
intellectual
spiritual.
and spiritual. Yes, I'll put this. Whoa. Okay, there we go. Perfect. These are good ways to kind of lay out.
Yeah, this is a
Um,
good skeleton to build up
yeah,
on.
yes. So physical to me is not just working out, even though I know it's important to move my body every day. I like to focus on movement, not just like, okay, I gotta do all these weights. I like
Yeah.
to, because like sometimes you get in those moods where you're just like, I don't want to do something hardcore. So I can focus movement on going on a simple walk or doing some small stretches, whatever is like a small amount for me
Okay.
personally. I like
Okay.
to, I'm in this era of uh, slow, soft love with yourself. It also means self-care for me. So whether maybe that looks like taking a bath, making sure you're taking care of yourself, maybe like having a Sunday, like for me, I like to have Sundays as a self-care day. Um, Sundays, take a bath, and things like that. Um, and then we can go into emotional. So typically this means, let's see, understanding and managing your emotions. Oops. Oh, I don't know where it is anymore. So sometimes I'm hard on myself. So what I want to focus on is not being so hard on myself. So and sometimes it is hard for me to, I know that I'm preaching this, sometimes it is hard for me to celebrate my wins too. So these are some things that I want to celebrate my wins that I would like. Intellectual. I really like to learn. So I really like to read. My goals are usually 10 books a year. It's a little more manageable for me, whether it's audio or physical book. And then as a life coach, I do like to take life coach courses so I can learn new strategies to help out my clients and also help my life. Social. This can be how you want to kind of talk to your family. Let's see, maintaining healthy relationships. Perfect. All right. So yes, how often do you want to nurture your relationship with people? For me, I really like to try to contact all family members once a month. Um, And I try to keep that in my little notes of like when I talk to people. Sometimes I even have a hard time remembering everything, so sometimes I'll add it in my notes. So calling family once. I know that's a little weird. It just keeps me on track.
That's a good
Calling
one.
once a month, to nurture relationships. Spirituality. This one doesn't have to be religion or anything. It just is something that makes you feel good. Spirituality can just mean that you are just sitting next to a pond and just embracing where you are. Um, I think they also have a different definition. So finding meaning and purpose in your life. It's really important to just sit and think about what is important to you. Maybe it is religion and you want to find a way to, you know, practice in those days. So for me, I really like to reconnect with the environment. Maybe that looks like, um, me sitting next to a pond and thinking about what I'm grateful for. And then environmental, I like this one a lot because I am constantly changing up my environment to figure out what is best for me. I find that simple, clean environments is important so I can stay focused. If my environment is very messy, then I can't focus. And then also, environment can be how can you give back to your planet? So that's how some people view it as is okay, what can I do to help out this lovely earth? So that might be taking care of their plants or recycling or things of that nature. And then occupational, it's important to, I want to put recycling for me. So occupational, this can be driven in your career. This can be like, I want to put this amount of work into this year. I noticed that my job doesn't have this. Maybe I can help out with this, things of that. Or I really want to get to a place this year where I get a full-time position. You have any questions so far?
No.
Okay, perfect. Alrighty, so now that we have all these things that we have discovered going through this call, so physical, I'm gonna go on Pinterest because that is the easiest thing for me. Uh, so I want to say maybe I'll type in movements. So I really like this picture or this one or this picture because this is what movement is representing for me because I love
Hmm.
Pilates. So I like to pick out some pictures that inspire me. Maybe this one. I'm like, I really like this one. Oh no, my email. So I'm gonna download this one. And so now what else is on my thing? Self-care. We do love self-care day. So we got a book with some candles and a bathtub, which I love. This inspires me. So I'm gonna download this one. What else? So I had the not being so hard on myself, and celebrating a win. I'll look up celebrating. Celebrity wins. Wow, I did not spell that correctly. I was like, why is there
I was like, huh, where
celebrity?
are you going with this?
I hope it's important for everyone to understand that, you know, I am dyslexic and it's okay. And I'm still working on it. Maybe it's like it's little glasses that you are celebrating or grateful. Celebrity. Oh, there we go. All right, I spelled it right. All right, maybe it looks like with fireworks. This is a good one. This is me celebrating. I want to remember. I'm not a fan of like glasses. 'Cause in yeah, anyways. Um, so then celebrating and not being so hard on myself. I don't know what this one looks like for me. Um, Maybe that will be a word for me. Oh, this one's nice. This is a cute one. You're doing your best.
I guess maybe try searching self-affirmations.
Oh,
Self,
yes. Perfect. I am growing. I am changing, learning, and becoming. Yeah, I like these things. Great. I'm grateful for all that I have. These are all great ones. I'll just put that right there so I can use that later on. And so intellectual, uh, love these kind of things. I'll probably put books because that will represent my intellectual side. Oh, I like this one the most. This one touches my soul a lot more, so I'll download this one as well. All right, let's see. Oh, and calling. Maybe phone calls would be the right word. Maybe family, because I'm aiming towards family. Yeah, yeah, these are nice. You can also use your personal stuff too. Like if you have like a photo of your family that you like. This one's kind of nice. Having a dinner.
hmm
This one brings me joy, so I'm bringing it. This is something I want one day. So I'm going to download that one. Yes. Okay. You following?
hmm
Okay, cool. Alrighty. So I personally like Canva. So you can go on canva.com and I'll send this in the chat to help out so you know where it is. Okay, so I like to type in vision boards because they already have some stuff up and I'm not very good at um, designing things, to be honest.
hmm
So Canva is just a good place for me just to throw it on there. Um, I like this one. It says make it happen as a couple images. All right, so there's a couple on here. It says travel, make it happen 2023, and we can change this to 2024. 2025, I mean, because this is 2025. We do love traveling, so we're gonna keep that in there. Uh, what I love to do, I like to put I am growing. I am, well, what am I? What did I want? Oh, not to be hard on myself.
I'm doing my best.
Yeah, yeah, that too. I'm doing my best. Alrighty, put that there, and then you plug in all the photos that you have collected. I'll make this a little bigger. And so I'm just drop them in here. So, they will like snap in there when you drag it over on top of the photo.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so like that.
Hmm.
And then drop it in there. We like this quote. Uh, where'd it go? Oh, Sparkle says the celebrating. There we go. Put that there. Oh, the self-care one. Got the bathtub. Oopsies. And this is the workout one. Okay, well, clearly I need more photos. So I probably need like two more photos. I can go back there, figure out what else I need.
Hmm.
And then, so yeah, do you have any questions so far as we complete?
Uh, yeah, well, if we're done with talking about how to make goals, I wanted to ask how are some ways to celebrate your wins?
That's perfect. So yeah, to celebrate your wins, it could be like, um, maybe if you want to go out to eat and like saying like, oh, I did great. But if it's not aligning with your goals, like for working out, then maybe doing like a little dance or whatever makes you feel good. As long as you're taking that moment to like really embrace like that win that you had. Maybe treating yourself to a nice relaxing bath or whatever makes you feel good. It really shows up in your life differently. So I mean, if you're having a hard time, like, how should I celebrate my wins? You can also write down like what you really enjoy in the first place. So, like, if you really enjoy like playing video games and you haven't had that time to play video games, maybe that is your celebration. Like, like I deserve this. This is good.
Mm-hmm.
Do, do, do.
Mm-hmm.
But as long as it's not intersecting with or interfering with your goals now, like for example, with the weight loss, and then you ate a whole tub of ice cream, that's not going
Yeah.
to help. But
Okay.
yeah, and that's the most important thing is like creating those milestones. And saying like you're doing
So
great.
you make this digitally, and you mentioned it's important to place this somewhere that you see. Do you like print this out or something? Or how do you
Yes.
put this somewhere you can see?
So some people put their vision boards in their computer screen, so it's their wallpaper. So they remember every time they open the computer. Canva also has a place where you can print out the thing and it ships to your door. So I can't click through it
Really?
because it'll show up on my credit card will show up. But
Okay.
in the settings, I think it's like say share. Yes. So on the settings, if you can see it, it says download, public link, and then print with Canva. You can print it here and it'll show you some options to send it to your door.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
Mhm. Yeah, I believe that was. I want to thank you for all attending. If you want to make 2025 your year and you need some extra help, you can also schedule a free call with me. And we can go into more details of how I can help you to better your 2025. Thank you so much, and I'll see you guys there.